Now let's understand the next formulas, which are IfError and IfNA. Yeah. Now these two formulas are usually used to handle errors. Yeah. Suppose there is an error in my formula. So how would I handle it? And what is the value it should show when there is an error that occurs? Now suppose I divide 1 by 0. Okay. Now, if I divide by 0, it will always give me an division error because 1 cannot be divided by 0. Yeah. So if I want to send a message saying that 1 cannot be divided by 0, you need to put some other values. Yeah. So suppose I have one value which is 1 and other value as 0. So I'm dividing it this 1 by 0. So it's giving me error. So if error, how it works is the syntax for us is equal to if error. Yeah. So what if error does is, let me see that first. What if error does is it returns the first argument if it is not an error value. Otherwise, it returns the second argument if it is present, or blank if the second argument is absent. So what it means is, so is equal to, let me type the formula so you'll understand it properly. If error, I have to give a value. So if it is 1, it is not an error. I'm just putting a value. And if it is an error, it will give me, please correct the number. Yes. So 1 is right. So it is giving me the value. Suppose, as I said earlier, if I want to divide 1 by 0, which we have done earlier. So this is 1. I'm dividing it by 0, which is the here. So it will give me an error, right? And it will ask me to please correct the number. So this particular condition will automatically evaluate to a particular message or a expression when you encounter an error while you're trying to run a formula on a cell. Yes. So let us work on the same example that we had earlier about if and ifs. Now we know less than 45 we are marked as fail. Yes. Now suppose I do not have this condition. Yes, the computer or the formula will never know if the marks are less than 45 what they are supposed to do. Yes, and it will come up with an error. Greater than 45, 43, criteria missed. Okay. Yeah. So I have already added if error. I'll just remove that and show you where does the error comes in. Yes. So this is wherever my criteria is evaluating right, it will not show me an error. Yes. So since 65 is already there in my criteria, it is showing as first class, second class. Yeah. But when it comes to 45, since I've removed that condition, it will say, okay, let me copy this formula entirely. Yeah. So it comes up with an error. Why? Because I haven't added any kind of condition on what is supposed to happen if the marks are less than 45. Yes, I've removed it. So I will use if error and I'll tell if error, I'll take this entire formula in my case. Now, if this evaluates to true, then it will show me whether it is first class or second class. But if it does not comes to be true, you can see this formula value if error. Value, that means if the value meets from any of this condition, if value meets, it will automatically show the value as first class, second class. But if it does not meet, it comes with an error, then I have to tell that criteria is not available. Yes. And I'll close the bracket. I'll say enter. Now this is wherever I'm getting value, it is showing me the value first class, second class. But for 45, which I have no condition in my if, it will tell me criteria is not available. Yeah. So basically, if error is used to handle an error in your formula. Pretty clear? So any error, now I have just shown you for if, but this can be used for any kind of formula, for date function or for integer function or any kind of string function that you have added. If there is an error, you can come up with a condition and tell, okay, you have added incorrect formula, you need to change it rather than showing it as NA. Yes. Now this if error can be used with a lot of formula. That's why it's a logical formula, can be used with many other formulas. Same for if NA. Now what if NA does? If NA function evaluates a value, if the value is an NA error, then return the specified value. Now you need to be very clear. What do you mean by NA error? Yes. Now NA error are specifically comes when a particular condition or the formula evaluates to not applicable. As we have seen, 45 was not applicable, hence it is coming as an NA error. It will not show you any message. So let's see what NA syntax looks like. So if NA evaluates a value, if the value is an NA error, you need to be very clear on this NA error. This is used only for NA error, not for any other error, because if error is used, can be used for NA as well as any other error. Where this error was, I'll tell you what does this error. This was divisible error, division error. I'll show you the error. What do you mean by this? Is called divisible error. Yes. Whereas where there is a formula mistake, yeah, or the applicability of the formula is not available, it will come up with an NA error like this. Yes. So there is a difference between NA error, which is shown here, which is no match, and division error, which is basically a function divided parameter 2 cannot be 0. So this is a different error. And if I try to give an NA, so the syntax of NA is equal to if NA, I will open the brackets, I will show them the value where it is. Yes, I'll say comma, and I'll say it is an NA error. Yes, it is not showing me anything because the error here is divisible. Now let's move this particular cell to the NA error that we got here for if. Yeah, I'll delete this and I'll take the NA error and it will give me it is an NA error. H4 is an NA error. Yes. So you need to be very careful again when you are evaluating this kind of formulas, as this helps you to manage the conditions. Yes, it helps you to manage formulas. Yes, it is an NA error. Yeah, either you write NA like this or you take it to the cell which has an error on this. Yeah, it is showing an NA error. If I would have, again I'll show you, if I would have selected the division cell, it would have me showing me the error exactly. Yes. So these two formulas are different. IfError evaluates any kind of error that you get in formulas or anyhow in Google Sheet. Whereas this specific formula, IfNA, is only used to evaluate an NA error. Yeah, you need to be very careful. I'm repeating this again. If value if NA is an empty cell, if NA treats the cell's value as an empty string. If value is a range reference, if NA returns a array formula result with one entry for in the range reference. Yes. So again, these two are very important formulas in terms of when you are handling errors in your formulas or handling errors where you're trying to play with your data. So this comes in handy where I have to manage errors. There could be cases in your data where errors would come out by way of pulling the data towards thousands and lakhs of records. And that is where you need to come out with this NA errors or the error so that it points out and it shows out, okay, this is where you have got an error in the data and you need to correct it. Yes. So I hope this four formulas till now would help you. We'll get into more complicated functions which are available, which will help you to screen out your data or categorize your data. Yeah. Thank you so much.